Welcome to Nope, I'm starting over.
Did you fall off your chair? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I did. That's why. Let
She
that
hit
be
the
a lesson
floor.
of how important it is.
Next thing you know.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
wow. I just fucking whammed into my desk. Cool.
You see?
This is just like the band Wham, where someone said wham. All right.
Welcome to the Big Match Minute. This is the show where we take wrestling matches and we break them down minute by minute in the way that only we can. I am Diet Coke.
And I'm Lilith.
And we're here to close out the final deletion. We're here to do the last minute, but we're not alone, are we, Lily?
No, we are not. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, I've been here the whole time. If you were wondering where the immaculate vibes, the moment that you turn on this episode, were coming from,
They
was
just
me.
radiate off of you.
They radiate off of me. It's part of being orange.
Uh-huh.
You know. Oh no, it's just my dog being a shithead.
Aw.
He's okay. He's a good boy, but he is very nervous that mommy is gone because Issa went to go get her prescriptions. Anyways, enough domesticity. It's Pride Month, and I'm here.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. And we're here to discuss the final minute of the final deletion.
So
which
excited.
The twist is, of course, that we have not showed you the final minute of the. Can you help me, Emily?
The final minute of the final deletion of the final episode of Big Match Minute.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but we had you on near the beginning,
Yes.
right?
I was there for some landscaping
Uh-huh.
and for some, not manscaping, but there were certainly gentlemen in there. So,
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Jeff Hardy, like his facial hair, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't. That's not what people usually call manscaping, but it's a landscaped man.
That's true.
landscape man.
But that kind of brings me into what I wanted to. So, given what you remember,
Which is not fucking much. I will tell you what.
Well, maybe we can help jog your memory because I remember vaguely what was going on in those couple minutes.
Yeah.
But I want to know where you think things went and what your
Fuck, this is gonna be great. No, let's just play it blind. I don't want to. Don't jog my memory at all.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. So I remember there were some drones. These are brothers, right?
Yes.
And their names are Brother A and Brother B.
That's right.
You got it. You're doing it.
Brother A and Brother B. Brother A, the one inside the house. Brother B, being outside the house. B for being outside the house doing other things.
Makes sense.
Brother A,
This is all
A
perfect
for a
so far.
man inside a house. So he was attacked by some drones. The final deletion, the brother B outside has a family and perhaps is holding some kind of fiesta, from what I can understand.
Yes.
Like a birthday fiesta. Brother B fucks up Brother A's immaculately manicured lawn, and chases him with drones, and then sets up. He gets like there was some kind of racially insensitive thing. He gets an old man to set up the wrestling thing, I think. Was it
That's an
racially
old
insensitive?
man.
I can't remember. Remember. Was there an old man? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. He gets a man.
That's Senor Benjamin.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Dope. And the last thing I remember is, of course, that there's gonna be like a final deletion. They're gonna fight.
I mean, you got it.
Fuck yeah.
And I'll tell you something. You basically got what happened afterwards because there was a final deletion and they fought.
Oh,
Yeah, that is
wait, I
true.
forgot to predict what happened. No. All right, fuck. I want to believe that their final deletion implies so many things. Like, defeat and deletion are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my Matrix 5 tagline. defeat and deletion are two different things. Very cyberpunk. But I really think that like maybe he burns his birth records at the end. Maybe he rearranges his DNA. Maybe he reaches all the way up and just turns the man inside out and undoes him from within. We just don't know. So whatever happens, I like to believe that maybe there's a final deletion at play.
So I really like all of your ideas.
Fuck yeah.
And now Diet Coke, what should we go into the minute, or should we also talk about what actually did happen?
I think we just go into the minute.
I want to go into the minute raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Y'all, my dog, I just realized why he's upset. He doesn't know what podcasting is. He thinks I'm talking to him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, he strongly does. He's like looking at me with his face. He's so confused. He's doing puppy head tilt. Oh, no. Okay, well, we're going to power through, but that was very cute.
There comes a moment in every dog's life when they must learn what podcasts are, unfortunately.
Yes. Oh, we've got color grading out the ass. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Is this like some day for night kind of, or whatever, night for day kind of fucking bullshit? Like,
we'll see. I don't want to give it away too much.
Wow, this is just like in The Lion King.
Very much like The Lion King.
Yeah.
I want to know what like pagan god they've accidentally made a sacrifice to. This is how you get smote. Oh my god. There's so much to unpack here. But also there's like so much, but also so little, and also so much.
That's the final deletion, baby.
That's the final deletion. There is. Let's get into it. We see some dirt first.
Yeah, some blue dirt to represent
Very blue dirt.
The sad tone of what goes on. It's blue for sad.
Blue does equal sad.
Blue does equal sad.
As English class tells us, blue is sad.
As English class tells us, and as the Gatorade company defies, blue equals sad.
Blue equals sad. Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Let's dig into it.
How does the Gatorade company defy that blue equals sad?
Well, when it comes to Gatorade, blue doesn't equal sad. Blue is it's a taste sensation. It's a great drink.
I think that sadness, in and of itself, if you have the right type of like melancholic personality, could also be delicious. Just a great drink.
I suppose all I know is that when I'm drinking blue Gatorade, I'm having fun. It's nothing sad about that.
Happy Pride Month! If you're drinking blue, you're being you.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. And Blue's Clues. That's a great show. Not sad at all. So we already have two pieces of evidence against this, but I do think that in this case, blue is sad. And there's also this insane, like I don't want to rush ahead from the dirt, but the next shot is like this insane, like dark blue evening sky. Yeah. And just there's something to say, like how like feral and like animalistic this shot is of like, you can almost see his like teeth. I think that those are like his teeth. If you pause it and zoom in, you could like see this white flash of like perhaps this man's teeth. I'm not sure.
Those are definitely his teeth because he's yelling.
Yeah, and his like shaggy ass like George of the Jungle. Like this is giving me like 2001 Monolith Ape. This is giving me like David Lynch, Mulholland Drive dumpster person. This is giving me everything it needs to give me. This guy has got his trousers on.
This just starting right here. I do want to, we've been talking a lot about, the time, the temporality of this minute. This is the morning sun just coming up.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the lighting situation we're dealing with. These men have been fighting all night.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I'm still willing to co-sign that. There are some questions about the timeline that I feel haven't been answered.
I mean, in fiction, maybe. That is definitely what is happening in real life right now, though.
Well, yeah, for sure. In real life, they shot this over one night, and then the sun started to come up, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we better film the finish."
Yep.
Oh,
That
my
is
God.
for
Okay.
sure what happened.
Oh, fuck. That's funny as fuck.
Which is why, to me, I feel there are unanswered questions in fiction as to whether or not they were fighting all night.
We did have a theory last week where we said maybe they'd cut out the greatest Iron Man match in wrestling history and only showed us, like, they just cut eight hours just right in the middle there.
Right, because did they start fighting at, like, nightfall, or what?
Well, and this, we might have to actually go back to, a minute that you were there for. I believe he said either at midnight or at nightfall is when the final deletion began.
I think nightfall. I'm pretty sure it's nightfall.
When they entered the ring, it was one of those situations where it would cut between two different shots of very obviously different times of night, which is partly why it's so hard to establish a clear timeline.
But it was a night fight. They were fighting at night.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was
So I feel
dark
better
out.
about this.
The ring was lit with tiki torches.
I remember that. That was the racial insensitivity that I recall. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There was more than that.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm
sure.
You were in no way wrong about that.
Right. But so we do see this man.
And
perched, poised.
he does a yell that I think might have been kind of hard for y'all to hear.
Oh, yeah, wait, I want to play it. Oh my God, wait, okay. I thought that was part of the mix of the music, and that this was like a new age, like...
It's so quiet, yeah.
I thought it was like... I thought that was like some kind of like tune or sample of like some kind of spiritual sort of incantation, and not him yelling all fuck from the top of whatever the hell this sigil, this rune, this sword, this like, I don't know, physical manifestation of a tribal tattoo is.
Yeah, and that's kind of Jeff Hardy's personal symbol.
Yeah, I love it when a man has a personal symbol.
Yeah, he's got it like on a necklace around his neck, and it's like his band's logo or whatever.
Sounds gay. All right.
Yeah. I can't disagree.
It's pretty gay. I mean, it could be gayer.
Yeah. It'd be cooler if it was gayer. But what happens next?
So it's funny you should ask, Lilith.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, he gives out an animal yell, and then his brother rolls over and surreptitiously lights what appears to be like a large, like, gasoline pile. I don't fucking know. And then it lights up the sigil in like a straight line. Probably does like sort of scorch him to all fuck, although he seems fine. I think it just is like some blowback from the light. And then Brother A, I know it's Brother A because he doesn't have this awesome Mad Max ass like Cruella DeVille like blonde streak in his hair. Cruella now showing in theaters, front of the pod.
This podcast is brought to you by Cruella.
I don't know what happens in Cruella. All right, anyway, so
Diet Coke and I watched Cruella over the weekend.
Yeah.
It kind of rips, unfortunately.
Kicks
fuck.
ass.
I share a bed, a life, and a romantic entanglement with a serious Glenn Close stan. So those words are not allowed in my house. Is to say that the current Cruella is acceptable fare.
Well, Glenn Close did produce the current Cruella, so it does seem like
producer.
she's a fan.
Yeah, Glenn Close also executive produced a movie called The Wild Wedding, starring her, John Malkovich, and Patrick Stewart. And I've seen it twice because my girlfriend is a crazy person, and it's like maybe the worst movie I've ever watched. So Glenn Close's executive production credits are not something that I would couch the quality of a film on.
Well, sure, but it at least show anyone who is a Glenn Close super fan that the new Cruella does have the Glenn Close seal of approval.
We're not selling to the super fan right now, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, but
See, I think that the Glenn Close superfan, it's like, do as I say, not as I do sort of thing. Like, we don't want to see her do anything. We don't want to, that's actually not the right aphorism for that fucking at all, but I've had half a gin and tonic and I'm feeling it. Glenn Close, we don't want her to produce, we just want to see her. Anyways, okay, fucking brother, but wait, we're back. Brother
Yes.
C for Cruella falls. No, brother A falls. Okay, this is where I start to really feel some things. I just wrote the word in my notes, wrestling? Question mark, underlined 3 times, because my question about this is, does this constitute a wrestling move if somebody falls like fuck onto some rocks and then you drag their body over and pin it down and you win the match? Also, Brother A is rocking some lime green underwear, which I love to see.
yeah, it is nice to see that.
It's nice to see that.
This is this is one of those wrestling matches where there's no disqualifications. And so yeah, that's the end of the match. He won by doing that.
That is a legal move.
What have we seen so far though in the match, Diet Coke, other than
fireworks, a dilapidated boat.
there was a boat.
Wait. There's a boat? He hits it with a boat?
So the boat was used as a shield from the firework.
Wait, what fireworks? Hold on.
Yeah, there
All
were
in this-
fireworks.
There were fireworks being shot at
Oh my
each other.
God.
Yeah.
At
And
each
then-
other.
Uh-huh.
Are we talking like some Roman candles? Are we talking about like a hand sparkler, like an Animal Crossing? How?
No, like one of those big tubes that like shoots things that's supposed to shoot up in the air.
Oh my God. Okay. That's insane. Is that real?
That is real.
That's
Ladies, is-
completely real.
Is wrestling real? Like, I don't know enough about wrestling, and we probably can't get into that.
It's
That
real
sounds-
enough. Let's put it that way.
It's real to me, damn it, is the rallying cry, I believe.
All right. Okay, so I promise not to talk about my life at home too much more.
No, you're good.
But my sweet wife has a lifelong fear of all handheld and close contact fireworks because her mom told her once when she was a kid that, like, if you have a sparkler and the spark lands on your foot, it like burns all the way through your foot because it's like molten hot and it's like 6 million degrees. Now,
we told a story on this podcast how I am similarly afraid of fireworks because my grandpa told me he lost a finger to one.
they're very scary. Now, these men have chosen to use them at each other as weapons. So, what do we think of that?
Yeah, so I mean, I'll tell you, when you watch it, it becomes very clear that they're not actually trying to hurt each other.
Yeah, there's
Because
not a real
that's-
risk.
Yeah. But it does make for a pretty fucking compelling visual. I mean, there's definitely risks.
Yeah, I would not advise that.
Yeah.
We here at the Big Match Minute are here to tell you, don't shoot fireworks at your friends.
Don't shoot fireworks at your friends. But yeah, and then the pin happens.
So, wait,
It
no.
certainly does.
That's not. Wait, hold on, because
No.
the pin happens, but before that, a couple of other things happen. So I said, oh, it's like the Lion King, because all I can think about is like, there's a moment, this tender moment of like, are these two brothers torn apart by feud going to reconcile as one of them has fallen from a great height from a ladder into fire onto to rocks? And so he's like crawling over to him. I was like, oh, maybe he's going to help him. Maybe they're going to hug. Maybe they're going to just... And then he's like, he drags him over. I'm like, oh, yeah, because it looks for a second and then he tosses him and then he pins him, and I just note, and the referee just comes out of there looking like a Jolly Rancher, just like absolutely out of the fuck nowhere. And and then he does like a Christ pose. Like he does a Christ pose.
Yeah.
At the end, which seems like an interesting choice.
There's a lot of choices.
There's a lot of Christ imagery. It's a clear Christ analog, this story.
Now, one of the things that I that you talked about that is interesting to note, in going back to, the possibility of brotherly reconciliation and your hopes being dashed upon the rocks, a few minutes back, when we were having, a few episodes back, I should say, when we were having there's an extended part of this that is kind of just wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
And we struggled a little bit talking about it. So we paired a few movies with those minutes to make it less boring. And one of them that we did was a 4-hour and 20-minute cut of Star Wars Episode 3. Did I get all that right? Yeah.
That's all correct.
Wait, hold on.
I'll take any questions you have.
Oh my god. Well, in some ways, it couldn't have prepared you better.
Yeah, I think that's actually accurate. That's actually one of my favorite, our little discussion about that was fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah,
It was a good time and a good movie.
Here's the thing that'll surprise you about it, Amanda. Kind of makes the movie work.
Okay, here's the thing. I know my thing with prequel apologism is as long as you admit that the concept of the prequels is like a good thing, you are in for a fun time because you can at least kind of enjoy, to me, the prequels are kind of like the Star Wars movie to watch because they actually have the most interesting world building, storytelling, rich sci-fi landscapes, all that
this
shit.
This is what I've been saying.
I mean, George Lucas can suck my dick for the anti-Semitism and the racism and mostly those two, especially the anti-Semitism. It's real bad.
It's bad.
It's so bad. And it's bad. And I think it would be more fun if there was a small gay person in them. I love Luke Skywalker, right? But no, I would watch easily at any given time. I am sitting in my home wondering when I will next watch all of the Star Wars prequels in order all the way through.
So allow us to make the pitch. So things that it adds in, a bunch of stuff from a bunch of cartoons. Cartoons,
sure.
But
they're most of them are EU canon compliant, so they have people who kind of understand what the fuck's going on.
One of the big things that adds in is there was a kind of cut down B plot. I guess it would be more of a C plot. Maybe even a D through E plot. Where basically Padme was meeting with other senators and sowing the seeds of the rebellion.
Yes, I do remember that. Which is really I have actually seen those scenes. I wasn't sure what I've never watched the extended cut all the way through. But yes, that's a very important fucking detail that they should have fucking left in because Padme is a very interesting and cool character.
Yes.
Natalie Portman, I'm free on Friday.
And then the other stuff is all about Darth Maul and what he's up to these days. And
who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah.
Fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi is what he's doing.
Well, he's actually a plot point is that he tried to get Obi-Wan's attention and didn't, and that's why he's mad.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
That is genuinely a plot point.
You're telling me, I don't know, I haven't understood this dynamic from the start? Absolutely. Absolutely.
They do, unfortunately, never. They have no screen time together.
Of course they don't. I would know. I would have gift sets if they did. Come on. What do you take me for?
You're not.
I see. It's that sweet, soft mask for mask Star Wars gay pairing that I'm interested in, not in an actually invested way, but aesthetically it just throws people right the fuck off whenever I bring it up. So it's in my house of cards here. I just always play it whenever I can. Lilith, I've definitely talked to you about it before.
Oh, you have. Amanda, have I ever told you about my Star Wars headcanon that ties in to that pairing rather nicely?
Oh yeah.
Please do. Please do.
Qui-Gon Jinn is one of the galaxy's most notorious homophobes.
Yes. Yes.
It's obvious. It just works.
Yes. Liam Neeson seems like he would hit me with his car.
Yeah. I think I remember pitching it to Diet Coke with this when I first told her about it. Just like the scene where Qui-Gon gets back into the ship after Darth Maul attacks him, and he's like describing who this mysterious attacker was. If he just threw in a limp wrist,
like a slur, yeah,
it would make sense. You wouldn't bat an eye. You'd be like, yeah, that's Qui-Gon.
It's like, this neighborhood's really turning around. I'll tell you what. You see all kinds of people. I've got kids out here. Yeah.
Oh God. We got so off topic, but I love
God.
it.
Wait, hold on. I'll just have to take a really, really quick bio break.
Okay.
We were talking about my favorite subject.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yes.
I was so excited. I really thought that you were about to announce a Star Wars podcast that I was invited to, and I was like, oh, with my good friends, with my friends. It was like I was seeing the sun again. But I actually don't think I could handle even just the threat of people who listen to podcasts and also are interested in Star Wars perceiving me. I feel like that's an overlap that's very dangerous.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But back to our Revenge of the Sith ass kind of showdown between two brothers.
Yes.
So the Final Deletion. There's really not a lot of deleting happening here. I
disagree. Jeff Hardy gets deleted at the end of it.
Deletion does imply a level of fucking, I don't know, it just seems like it's a very digital term, or there needs to be
he's
weaponry.
Lost a wrestling match at the end of it is the thing.
I know that.
No. I'm in your defense is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all that's happened.
Sure. It is the Final Deletion. But to me, there's a lot of imagery here that is just so just feral and pagan and animalistic sacrifice. I just don't know what to think. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good. My favorite thing, to me, the real star of the show here is the ladder that you can see leaned up kind of haphazardly against the sigil of Brother A, which, please, for the love of fuck, tell me the names of these two brothers before I lose my mind.
Brother A, the one who got knocked off, that's Jeff, and the other guy's Matt.
Jeff and Matt, thank you.
Matt's the one with the Cruella streak.
Yes. And their last names are something.
Hardy,
that's what I thought. Yes, okay. Good. I knew that they were the Hardys. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty fucking hardy to survive that fall. I'll tell you what.
Why didn't they have, it was that should have been a t-shirt for them at some point.
What did it just say exactly that?
Yeah. You'd have to be pretty hardy to survive that fall. It's just a picture of them falling through ladders. You know how they do.
That's good. I was about to say I'd watch that. I'd watch that shirt.
Yeah, I'd own that. I actually probably wouldn't, but
no, that's fair.
I like the concept. Yeah, I think you do have to be pretty hardy to survive that fall. I like this image. There's a great shot that we are paused at here of this fucking ref just poised very coquettishly on I'm gonna need to just get an enhanced image on that. He looks like he's in the fucking parlor dining on finger sandwiches right now, folks. I just think that this is great. He looks so demure. He looks so refined. He's perched on those rocks, probably not making a lot of money today, but waiting for this act of violence between two brothers.
There has been a certain sensuality about him this whole match. We noticed that in an earlier minute as well.
We had someone on who like there was a moment that happened between Matt and the referee where some things were discussed.
Sparks were flying.
Sparks were flying.
Yeah, some charged moments.
Oh yeah.
I love a charged moment.
Yeah,
I love a charged moment. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I hope they go and fuck it out later. What the hell? See, okay. The reason that I asked is because I was expecting some kind of like aftermath with the family of this man, with whatever. Maybe he's like there sitting on like the iron throne that looks like a giant tribal tattoo, like whatever it is. He's gotten into his storage of boxed wine, whatever he happens to have. Has taken his crops, his lands, his lawns, livestock, and women, etc. But I'm not sure.
This is a good time to talk about like what immediately happened after this. As I know, Diet Coke, you don't know this either.
That's correct.
Essentially, after this, like Jeff kind of disappeared for a little while, and then when he came back, he was Brother Nero, and he was also dressed like how did you put Matt Hardy's coat? Because he's not wearing it right now.
Oh, the ModCloth shit.
Yeah, the ModCloth shit. So now Jeff has ModCloth shit and white contacts, and
fuck,
he's all whacked out now too. And they did that for like a year.
So his personality was deleted when he was pinned.
Let me get a good picture of Brother Nero. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is peak Brother Nero.
Oh boy.
Let me get a peek.
Oh boy. Let's take a peek. Yes. All right. Now this again, the embroidery on this is really like if fucking Maria from Sound of Music decided to start like an S&M shop, and she's like, "Oh, curtains! I should make curtains for the orphans." Like that's like really like ugly ass like couch upholstery, like fucking print. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What is it with like tacky ass like adult mainstream, not goth, but like dyeing their hair black like that on Haight Street where I live? There are like 6 stores that sell this shit, and I don't know who the fuck buys it besides all of the men who couldn't get onto the Glee project with their Panic at the Disco covers. It's really like intense. But baby's cute as fuck though, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's the baby whose birthday we saw, I believe.
Well.
Yeah. Baby Maxwell.
Enjoy years of therapy for that one, bud. Now, how are y'all feeling after having been with the Final Deletion for so very long?
So, for me, there was an arc with the Final Deletion. It was very fun at the beginning. And then it dipped because there was like 5 minutes where Diet Coke and I were literally struggling to put the podcast out because there was so little to talk about with the Final Deletion.
Yeah. It sagged in the middle.
And then the last few minutes have been fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, it's not meant to be watched like minute by minute, right? I do feel like, yeah, like wrestling. It's an
interesting concept.
Yeah, that hadn't occurred to us.
Yeah. Our brains are bad, so
well, no, that's not what I mean. I don't think that you're wrong for doing it. I am a firm believer in engaging with art at whatever pace we see fit, and slow looking is indeed something that many of us in the visual field think is vital to the pursuit and success of the visual arts themselves. But that said, you can only, see so many hairy ham hocks like fucking slamming each other around a rectangle.
That is exactly. Wow, I couldn't have put it better myself.
But that said, like if you had, I haven't podcasted in so long. It feels like I feel like I have gone through like fire and flames of some kind. because the last time we podcasted, it was Ghost Puncher. And it went okay. I was fucking exhausted. And then I did a week at work that was like insane because it was like mainlining socialization in a way that I have not experienced since like pre-pandemic, because everybody at my job is like vaccinated. So we went, but then they are very much like the people I work with, which I'm sure you've kind of guessed, both from the fact that I mentioned that they sent me highball glasses and other things that I've said about my job, but they're very much like tech company, but also very like 80s. So like we went out to dinner like every single night, and I had like filet and lobster and like oysters and red wine and shit. And I came out just like, I came home like every night just absolutely fucking slammed. I had to like leave my car at the restaurant because my don't keep this in Diet Coke, but like so like we would just get so we'll be sitting there and we'll be like, I'll be like, maybe I'll have like a gin and tonic. It's like the episode of Mad Men where Don tricks Roger into like eating like 6 dozen oysters at lunchtime and then walking up 12 flights of stairs and pukes his guts out on the carpet. But it's my life. And so then I got my wisdom teeth removed. So that was like, I was in a haze that entire time. And then like cool in the middle of the fucking day. And so that was my week. And then I had my wisdom teeth removed, and I was like on like the opioid medication. So I literally feel like I've been in like a substance-induced fever dream for like 3 weeks. So like my ability to talk to people is like just totally fucking tanked. Like now I can eat bread again, which is great. So that's another substance that I'm on. But Lilith, I'm so sorry for like the quality of this podcasting, because I feel like I'm truly just like putting my training wheels the fuck back on, and I don't know even what to say. And this guy's Christ pose is really, really excellent. Can I just say? It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's the wide stance, I think, that does it for me.
Yeah, it's really good. And you love to see it. I was trying to think, isn't there like a movie that famously is like kind of a more like goth version of like somebody, is it The Crow, where he does like the Christ pose somewhere in The Crow? I can't fucking remember.
Oh, Amanda, don't make me admit that I haven't seen The Crow on a podcast.
I also haven't seen The Crow.
It's okay.
I feel like it's gnarly that I haven't seen The Crow.
It's all good. It's okay. All is forgiven. You have to watch it 1 minute at a time now, though, as retribution. No, you have to watch 1 minute of The Crow and 1 minute of The Phantom Menace in alternating order.
Hey, that sounds half all right.
This podcast is called A Whole Lot of Crow with. I actually love the idea of a podcast where you have to watch The Crow and then a bad movie, like back to back every week, just to see if it changes your opinion of The Crow. And the movie is The Phantom Menace. Like here we have a Christ metaphor and a Christ metaphor.
Yeah,
we're mixing our Christ metaphors.
And then you have to do a reading from the Bible.
Yeah.
To close every episode.
It's like the Parsha, actually. It's very Jewish, actually. You know, every week you have your set reading from the Phantom Menace, and then your set reading from The Crow, and then you see what you're. The other day, I'll tell you what. Issa has the Torah app on her phone, right? And so the other day, because I'll often ask, like if it's Friday, I'll be like, so you know, what's this week's thing? Let's like talk about it. It's like a way to connect. The other day, I just walked into the room and I was like, so what are our friends in the tribes of Israel doing? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like way too familiar about it. I was like, no, those are my friends. But it did not land, and she was so confused. I will say, I wish that it was Star Wars instead sometimes. like on a calendar, what minute of Star Wars do you watch each year? And then at the end of it, you burn the corpse of your dead dad.
Okay.
It's great.
You have to sort of find a father
every
figure
year.
every year throughout the year.
It's
That's
part of the challenge. You're
challenge.
obtaining a new one, and you're growing out your fuzzy buzz cut and little rat tail. What the fuck was up with that? Can we talk about?
They wanted it to be a braid on each side instead of just one braid on one side.
Wait, are you shitting me?
No, not at all. There's the making of the Phantom Menace documentary, the beginning, where you can see Ewan McGregor with the two braids, and I believe he is advocating for cutting.
So he
one
just
of them.
wait. Okay, so he just I just want to imagine just George Lucas just coming up behind him with a power razor, just bzz, Just like,
Well, you see the whole haircut. Like you see him with his. It kind of looks like his Velvet Goldmine hair, and you see him sit down and get ready, and they shave his head
fuck,
and leave
I
the
love
braids.
Velvet Goldmine. Any movie where you see Ewan McGregor's dick is a great cinematic experience, and that's the only one. So I guess it's the only good
That's
movie.
true.
Anyways, this minute was okay. So let's talk about the fire really quick. We have 2 fire signs on this podcast. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
Blue a little bit. Like there's a little bit of blue fire. He obviously. My thought is, does he have the lighter in his pocket the whole time?
No, so at the end of the last minute, his wife handed him the candle from their son's birthday cake. That
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
This goes
Yeah.
so much deeper than I thought it would. Continue.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
yeah. So she hands him the candle from their son's birthday cake, which was established earlier in the minute that it would never go out. So presumably,
It would
Why?
never go out until Brother Nero was deleted.
right.
Was there
right.
a curse placed
That
on it?
was.
Well, I mean, the prophecy came true, so there
Mhm.
must have been, because it was very clearly just like a cheap, well, shaped like a one party store candle, but it did stay lit the whole day, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in his in his pocket?
No. His wife had it.
Right.
Yeah.
He rolled onto the fire with it, though. Where was it? Was he holding it?
She literally, like, in the last minute, came up to him and put it in
So
his
he's been
hand.
he's
Like,
been
that
holding
was,
a
like, the last
okay.
frame
Yeah,
of
Okay.
the last
okay.
minute.
Okay. That helps a lot. Okay. Going back into this. See, to me, the thing that really lands this is not so much the fire, as it is the implication that the good sis could not just climb down the ladder to get off. Because I don't think the fire is what defeats
Yeah.
him. He just chooses to jump.
Yeah, it really does seem like he just kind of
Like-
trips.
Like, I think it's really more about the precariousness, the height. There's a lot going on here, but that shit is not that bad. Okay, wait, also, really
Yeah,
quick,
this-
I just realized, does this mean that, like, the bad guy wins? Or is he the good guy? Or is there not?
No, Matt Hardy was definitely the bad guy, I think.
That
And
is
that's-
just a point of view, you know?
Yeah, I do. That's, maybe from his point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah.
So Matt Hardy is the good guy. No.
No,
Matt,
no, he's
No.
the, I
Okay,
was fucking
he's the
around.
bad
He's the
guy.
bad
Okay,
guy.
good. So the bad guy wins.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Well, is this common in wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure. I was just curious. I
It's-
was like, wow, that was kind of like a downer ending if you think about it, because this motherfucker
Mhm.
just won. I just love how delicate. It's so delicate the way that he hoists him by his panties and onto the sand.
That's his brother.
God, a feud between brothers, the classic fight, or something. This episode is sponsored by friend of the pod, Disney's Loki.
Yes, of course. Actually excited for Loki. I hate that I am.
That's how you get a disease. That's how you get your Discord icon has
Yeah,
been a picture
yeah.
of Loki for the last 3 years, no matter what your use for Discord is. I'll tell you what, I'm excited. It's going to be a Loki summer. It's going to be great.
Unlike the Loki show, this show will not be continuing into
Damn.
the summer.
It's
This
true.
is the
Yeah.
end of the Big Match Minute. At least
least
for
for now.
If something really good jumps out, I might try to pitch Diet Coke on a revival.
Maybe the
We'll
big,
see.
the big match.
Like, I think I'm going to do a lot better job picking them in the future. I've learned a lot this season. But this is not the end of Diet Coke and I as creative partners. A couple things we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting up streaming again. We're also going to be starting up another podcast.
What's the podcast?
We had you on. Well, Emily was on Ghost Puncher when we announced Big Match, and so we only thought it was appropriate. Emily and I are going to be starting up a little podcast. Or, sorry, Diet Coke. Diet Coke.
Right, that's my name. I'm
She's-
Diet Coke.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
Diet
yeah. Which is important because the podcast is called Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks.
Oh my
That's
god.
right.
And we're going to be talking about snacks.
Just snacks?
Snacks eating snacks. That's
I
the
love
podcast.
that for you.
We have a long history of being very opinionated about snacks in each other's
Yes.
directions.
That's right.
So, sorry, I just want to show and tell one more thing for Amanda.
Please.
You're out of
Please.
control.
Oh, yeah. Now, is that supposed to be
Yeah.
like a stack of flapjacks or a
That's lasagna, which we famously disagree
Okay,
on.
I want to hear.
Yeah.
Tell me the lasagna information.
Diet Coke doesn't like lasagna.
I think lasagna is an overrated dish. I think
Okay, wait. Have you had good lasagna?
that's what everybody says. Have
you gone to a restaurant and ordered lasagna?
I've gone to a nice Italian restaurant and ordered lasagna. Yes,
All right,
that's
well
correct.
then you are doomed to die an unsatisfied
Yeah.
person because you have been given a
I don't think
gene
it's
that does not allow you to enjoy lasagna, and I'm so sorry. But lasagna is good, and also the orange cat likes it.
It's good. The orange
I don't
cat
like the orange
likes
cat
it.
either.
Yeah.
I like a different orange cat. I guess
Yeah.
is more accurate.
Wait,
Yeah.
which orange cat?
I am a Heathcliff partisan.
Oh my god! All right.
I know, right? I
Heathcliff
know.
rules. All right, you see.
I
Heathcliff
have-
has to put up with so much abuse, but the second I say I don't enjoy Garfield, everybody gets upset.
I have anchored myself to this. Even Garfield is great, though. Heathcliff is fine.
Heathcliff is
rules.
like Heathcliff. Okay, if we're talking Garfield versus Heathcliff,
Uh-huh.
first of all, fat phobia in action. Garfield is the fatter of the two, and therefore I must support
Yes.
him. Second of all,
Wait,
Heathcliff is like the Ruby Rose of cats. Garfield is like the old, aged dyke who you meet at like a park, and she has like 3 natty lights to her name and
That
is like
is-
chain smoking out of a chair. And Heathcliff is like, oh yeah, I'm Heathcliff. And you're like, yeah, I understand what you have going on, but I need somebody who really doesn't give a shit about how they look. Thank you very much. So the affectation of Heathcliff, the jacket, it's just too much for me.
well, listen, the jacket is from the cartoon, and I don't like the cartoon. That is hashtag not my Heathcliff. I like the Heathcliff comic in which he does not wear a leather jacket.
All right. I'll give you comic Heathcliff. The thing about Garfield that is wonderful is that the magic of animation actually lends so much to Garfield, especially when he has like a really schlubby voice and he's like, I'm Garfield. And he just sounds like he just is about to die. That is the Garfield that I believe in.
I will give you that, because animation only takes away from Heathcliff. I actually really fucking hate the Heathcliff cartoon. I think it sucks. But the Heathcliff comic is a completely different entity and better than Garfield.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to come to an impasse. I mean, my orange comic cat of choice is probably Hobbs.
I mean, yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Hobbs above all else.
Hobbs above all
Uh-huh.
else, supreme. I'm trying to think about where Hobbs falls in like the gay taxonomy. I feel like that it's just like a very snobby verse legend. But
Yeah. She makes fun of my record collection, but won't tell me why.
yeah, and she's got like the gentrifier mullet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. She's like, oh, cool receiver. Yeah, no, I used to have one of those too. Great. Oh yeah, Audio Technica. No, that's great. When I worked at the record store, I sold those to people like you.
Holy shit. Hey, Diet Coke.
Yeah, what's up?
It's like this is the end of the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Like the whole podcast.
Yeah,
There's
It's
no
all
more
over now.
Big Match Minute
No
anymore
fucks.
after this.
yeah, it's in the ground.
And at this momentous occasion, do you not think that maybe like we could have something at least friendly to say to the people at home that have come with us on this wild and crazy little journey we've been on?
I don't think that, and I'm not sorry about it.